Greetings. In this video, we will be talking about setting up your legal business and the requirements to getting started. The two most common methods are becoming a sole proprietor or a single member LLC. However, you should consult with an accountant or a business attorney to determine what is best for you. Setting up your legal business is a necessary step in getting started. To get started with this business, you'll need a business license or articles of organization, a reseller's permit, an EIN, and a tax-exempt form. Suppliers will ask for these prior to purchasing from them. However, every single state is different and may use different terms for these. Again, I recommend speaking with an attorney to see what your state requires. If you don't want to spend money on an attorney, you can also call your state IRS and ask them for assistance in helping you get started. You can do this by simply Googling your state IRS and you should be able to find their number. This slide, we will be going over why you need a resale number. You will need a resale number, also known as a resales permit, resale license, sale tax ID number, etc., to buy and resell products legally. This allows you to collect and remit sales tax to your state. I know this sounds scary, but it's actually pretty simple. I recommend using taxjar.com. It's $19 a month, but basically does everything for you, so you don't have to worry about sales tax or getting audited. Check with your state IRS to see how often you need to submit sales tax, whether it's monthly, quarterly, biannually, etc. You may be wondering if you have to collect and remit sales tax for every single state you sell to. The answer to that is no. You only need to collect sales tax for your state if you're selling less than $4 million in annual sales, according to www.wikihow.com/getaresale-number. I recommend visiting the website to learn more about how to apply for a resale permit in your state and any additional information on resale permits. Suppliers will ask for your resale number and tax-exempt form, so be ready to send that to them. Disclaimer: I am not an accountant or an attorney, so please contact one for more information. This slide will be going over the business license or articles of organization. To get one, Google business license in your state or city. If you set up an LLC, they will send you articles of organization, which can usually be used in lieu of business license. But first, you need to figure out what kind of entity you will be doing business as, whether it's an LLC, a sole proprietor, S Corp, or C Corp. Like I said previously, sole proprietor and LLC are the most common. Sole proprietor is the cheapest and fastest way to get set up, but in the long run, it's probably not the smartest. However, you can always switch to another entity once you become more established and actually start selling and making decent money. When you're filling out these forms, they're going to ask you what type of business you'll be engaging in. You can put down wholesale, retail, e-commerce, or anything along those lines. When choosing the location of your business, you can use your home address or go to a UPS store for a physical address for your business. When filling out the forms, it may ask you if you'll be hiring employees. If you're planning to hire virtual assistants, they do not count as employees. You should be provided an EIN once you set up your business, so that will take care of half the requirements. The last thing you'll have to do is get a resale number and tax-exempt form, which should only take a few minutes. In this slide, we'll be discussing the fees you can expect to pay for setting up your business. Just know that every state is different. For your business license, expect to pay anywhere between $10 to $100. Some states are even free. However, if you decide to set up an LLC, expect to spend anywhere between $100 to $1,500. Additionally, California charges $800 annually to continue your LLC. It sounds like a lot of money, but it can be definitely worth it for tax and liability advantages. However, it is not required to get started. I personally started as a sole proprietor, then switched to an LLC a few months in. If you choose to set up an LLC, you can either do it yourself, use LegalZoom, or hire an attorney to do it for you. In this slide, we'll be discussing the tax-exempt form. This is simply a form you'll fill out and send to suppliers so you don't have to pay sales tax on your order. Wholesale orders for the purpose of resale are not subject to sales tax. To get a tax-exempt form, you can simply go to Google and type tax-exempt form for your state. This slide will be the summary of what you learned and what you need to get started. You'll need a business license. You can Google business license in your city or state. You'll need an EIN, which should be provided to you when you register for your business, or you can also Google EIN in your state. You'll need a resale number. For that, go to www.wikihow.com/get-a-resale-number. And lastly, you'll need a tax-exempt form, which you should be able to get by simply Google searching tax-exempt form or by calling your state IRS.